Hello my babies, welcome back to another video folks. In this video today we are going to discuss why women should train shoulders, aka boulders. So we've already done a couple other videos in this series of why women should train upper body. We've already done why women should train back, chest, and arms, and now we are going to cover the shoulders. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, baby. Join the Swole Squad. In my experience of personal training, most of my female clients tell me that they do not want to train upper body, and that's why I decided to do this video series, because there are so many benefits to training upper body, specifically the shoulders, and that's what we're going to cover today. We're also going to cover the anatomy of the shoulders, and I'm going to show you guys some of my personal favorite shoulder exercises, and also make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we're going to have a bonus tip, so you don't want to miss that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Joined the Swole Squad, and let's get into it, shall we? Alright folks, let's kick this video off with the benefits of training shoulders. So the first benefit is that it will help prevent injuries. Your shoulders are a very important part of your body. They help stabilize many other muscles in your body that are mandatory for everyday movements. So if your shoulders are weak, you can injure yourself by even just opening a dresser drawer. The odds of that are probably pretty slim, but let's not risk it, folks. And with that being said, the second benefit of training shoulders is that it will help you with your real everyday life. It will help you do things such as lifting up a suitcase, doing laundry, throwing a baseball, all those fun things that we do in our day-to-day lives. And the third and most important benefit of training shoulders is that it will make your shoulders look sexy. And we all like some sexy shoulders, do we not? Let's move on to the anatomy part of the video. We're going to talk about the muscles of the shoulders. There are four main muscles. The first one is the supraspinatus. It's just a little guy that's up high. That rhymed. The second shoulder muscle is the infraspinatus. This one is a little bit bigger, but it is the main external rotator of the shoulder joint. And then we have the subscapularis, and the fourth and final muscle of the shoulder is the teres minor. Alright kids, now that the anatomy lesson is over, let's go over the exercises that I personally like to do when I train shoulders. The first exercise is the shoulder press. It is a classic in my opinion. You could do these with a barbell, Smith machine, dumbbell. There are various different ways to do these. When you're doing them, just make sure you're getting the full range of motion and you're keeping your core tight. You could do these standing or seated. If you do them standing, it will involve more of your core. So it really just depends on what you're trying to get out of the exercise. The next movement we have is the lateral raise. And once again, you could do these with dumbbells. At some gyms, they have machines for these guys, but it's pretty simple. You just raise the weights to your sides. This can be a tricky one to get for beginners. I do them a little bit differently than I think most people do them. This is how I perform them, and it works for me just fine. The next thing we have is the Arnold Press. This one can also be tricky for beginners, so just make sure you're doing it correctly. You're going to twist the weights as you come down and then twist them back when you go out, and I definitely just hit that machine, so be careful not to do that. Then we have the rear Delt Fly. This is working the rear delts, which is probably the most neglected muscle for most people, but you should definitely not neglect it because it's very important for posture and injury prevention. All you do, bend over, and then you're just gonna raise your arms to your sides. All these I feel are pretty self-explanatory. And then we have the front raise, which I don't actually do this that often, but this is working more of the front of your delts. So maybe if you want to superset these with a rear delt exercise, it's kind of nice because you're hitting them back to back. And speaking of that, the next one we have is face pull, which is also hitting the rear delts. That is my favorite exercises for shoulders, you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, join the Swole Squad, comment below the word boulders. If you'd like to support me on Patreon for just $2 a month, link is in the description. Shout out to all my patrons. I love you guys so much. If you'd like to support me on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, link is also in the description. I also have Swole Squad merch. Go get yours today. And I have workout programs on MamaSwole.com. Go check it all out. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good ass day.
How to get my weight up, yeah. Weight in the cake up, yeah. Turn up in the gym, know I'm calling Mama Swole. Bad little shawty and you know I'm on a roll.
Press like an empress. No one to impress, bitch. Find me on the guest list. Got that Louis V necklace. Subscribe to the Mama Swole channel. Even if your name is Randall. Got it lit like a candle. Catch me swerving in the Lambo.